What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, Bitcoin is sitting at $63,200 and trying to break through our key resistance. We also have the SPY gapping up yesterday as stocks really rallied off the news of the 50-point basis cut from the Fed. We also have the Qs sitting at 481, also gapping up yesterday and finding resistance. Tesla also broke out of our pennant here and looks like it is going for a gap fill, and we have more rate cuts by the end of the year. So the markets are anticipating that we may uh, see stocks, commodities, and cryptos go higher. Uh, and is a recession canceled? Well, I've got one indicator that may show that we may not get a recession, although I do think long term we still do get a recession, but it may not be for a while. So we will get into that. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe if you want to have more, see more. All right, guys, it is Friday and that means DGen Friday. So we're going to cover some altcoins as well because it does look like altcoin season has begun, but that will be later in the video. Um, and I was really hoping to make some more videos this week. You can probably hear my voice. I came down with something. I don't know what. I'm not sure if it was sinus or flu, but yeah, just recovering here. But I want to start out with this chart right here. So this is a chart of the financial conditions versus the commodities. And you can see financial conditions are improving. We know that we got rate cuts here in the US, and we do suspect more rate cuts are coming from other countries. So that's something to keep in mind, and that reflects in our copper chart here. So this is the chart that was on the thumbnail of this video. And as we've been talking about here for a couple weeks, it has been putting in a higher lows and higher highs. So this looks good, and really Dr. Copper kind of indicates that the economy may not be as weak as everyone thinks. So as long as copper continues to do well, well, I don't think we are necessarily going into recession. Or are we going to have a recession at some point? Yes, I'm sure we will, but that could be sometime here. But anyway, copper is looking strong, as well as the miners. We've seen a lot of the metals do really well. Gold's done really well. Silver has done really well. And we're starting to see some of these metals turn around, such as copper. Aluminum also has been looking a little bit better. And we have Alcoa here. Um, Showing signs of strength. We see the last few days gapping up here, and really we haven't been at levels here for Alcoa for some time. We had this upwards sloping trend. You can see the lows that we had back in 2023. We came back down to retest this trend line a couple times, and Alcoa is one of those stocks that could do really well moving forward. I still think that Alcoa goes back up to our first take profit zone here of around $40 in the coming weeks. And I also wanted to mention this: China to ramp up policy steps to revive economy. So there's still talks about a stimulus package coming out from China. We know that they have been doing things to help their economy recover. They have been at levels that haven't been seen in several years, and basically they are going through something similar to what we saw in '08, '09 in the US, where real estate is doing really poorly. Nevertheless, it does look like the Chinese market has turned, and we've been talking about this on this channel for some time now since we broke out of this downward sloping uh, parallel channel, um, and then came back to retest that and started putting in a series of higher lows, and we came back down to our trend line here just a few days ago, and we are starting to see the HSI ripping higher, sitting at 18,225. And that could be good for stocks such as Baidu. Um, I wanted to bring this one up. I haven't talked about this stock here in a little while, but nevertheless, what I did want to point out is we officially now have a higher low here for Baidu, and we can zoom in on this, but I just wanted to give you an idea how much these stocks have been beaten down uh, over the past several years. And so I wanted to point that out. We also have a long-term support line right around this $85 level. But we'll go ahead and zoom in here on this stock so you can get a little bit better idea, because these are the types of um, stocks and trades you want to be looking at to potentially outperform the market when you can get in on these levels and you confirm that you have a turn for a market or a particular stock. It doesn't really matter whether it's stocks, commodities, or crypto. That is, uh, these are the patterns that you want to find to know that you're getting in at a good level. And so, what I wanted to point out here is, again, we do have a series of higher lows, and we've seen here recently over the past uh, 5 to 6 weeks that we are seeing a similar pattern play out on a lot of different stocks, including crypto, where we saw that flash crash from the carry trade, and then we put in a higher low. We saw the same thing on Bitcoin. We'll get more into that in a minute, but nevertheless, I just wanted to point this out because I do think this is one of those stocks that really could outperform in the markets. If you're interested in buying stocks, commodities, or crypto, you can do so with Robinhood. Robinhood offers a 1% boost when you open an account, plus 8 times the national savings rate, and they allow you to begin building your portfolio with just as little as $1. They allow you to buy stocks, options, ETFs, and trade commission free. If you're interested, there is a link down in the description below. Plus, they offer crypto such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and many more. They also have gold, and what I like about Robinhood is they allow you to buy stocks at uh, fractional shares of stocks, rather. And so that means if a stock is, say, $500 and you got $10, well, you can buy a share of that stock. All right, guys, excuse me here. Hopefully, I get fully recovered here in the next couple days. I am feeling a lot better, but nevertheless, still have some sinus things going on. So I want to start off here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting at $63,000, and we came into this key area right around 63.5. We have rejected here. We were attempting to break up through here again this morning. Nevertheless, it is starting to look very bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. Um, and a couple things I wanted to point out here. This chart posted over on X by X Nobler. He says that October the 6th is the start of Bitcoin's next bull run. He said The cycle begins 170 days after the halving and peaks at around 310 days later. So that's something to keep an eye out on, and I do tend to agree that this fall should be very bullish for Bitcoin as well as altcoins. Excuse me, guys. This is another chart I want to point out, posted by 𝗗𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗺, and it shows the global money supply and the projections for it going forward. Of course, we know that this has already broken out and starting to move higher, and it shows how Bitcoin's price tends to follow that indicator. And we have the Bitcoin dominance coming down a bit here this morning after touching the upper side of our channel here. We mentioned once this does start to move down to the downside, you'll see a lot of these altcoins do much better. And this is the chart of the others, which is everything minus the top 10 coins, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other coins such as that. But what this shows, this is the weekly, and we have this downward sloping trend line. We are attempting to break through that right now, and we know typically whenever we break through these trend lines, that's when you see that explosive growth to the upside. So we could break out, come back down, retest, and then take off. That's a real possibility. And this is the total market cap predictions for crypto through the next couple of years. Right now, it's expected that the total market cap could reach $8 to $10 trillion. In this article, it says by June 2026. I tend to think that may be more in 2025, but nevertheless, we've got a lot of room to potentially grow. And one altcoin that has been very strong here recently is AAVE, ticker symbol AAVE, sitting at 152. Again, in our first take profit zone. Would I be worried about getting in here? If you're looking to get in on something like this for the next 6 to 12 months, not necessarily, but I would like to see a pullback first. Excuse me, guys. But a couple other stocks I want to mention is AVAX, because we had our downward sloping trend line, and that is what showing on the others. We've seen this breakout. And again, come down to retest that area. We have our upward sloping trend line, a series of higher lows and higher highs. We are starting again. So I do think AVAX does very well, and down here is really where you want to try to get in, especially spot positions if you can. It's always better to buy into weakness rather than into strength, and I do think AVAX goes much higher. And we also have Chainlink breaking out of this downward sloping trend, and Chainlink did show a lot of strength here earlier this year. Compared to a lot of other altcoins, and I think it will do very well as well. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, AVAX, Chainlink, AAVE, and many more, you can do so with iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 in a low cost, no monthly fee account, and it is a tax advantage IRA. What I like about iTrust is they allow you to roll over a portion or all of your 401k or IRA with iTrust, and they have over 5,000 plus 5-star reviews on Google. If you're interested, you can click the link down below. Yes, it is an affiliate link, and you receive an additional $100 when you use that link. All right, guys, it is Friday. You can see I am struggling here, so I am going to cut this short. But anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend. Till next time, take care, be legendary, and peace out.